Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Otakuology podcast. I'm your host, Otaku Mike, and with me as always is Jin. He's still waiting for that phone call, Graves,
From my mom.
from his mom. And today we are doing something a little different. We are talking about the Doomies, episode 1, Crepe Day?
Crepe Day, yeah.
Yeah. So this was recommended to me by my girlfriend. She was like, since you put me through uh
Fiance.
fancy girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. Uh, since you put me through watching the entire first season of X-Men 97, I want you to watch this show. And if you like it, please consider talking about it on your podcast.
Oh, so this guy passed the Otaku Mike Gold Star. You were sitting down watching it, and you watched the first episode. And you go, we could cover this.
I'm gonna say kind of yes, because of the fact that I am very notorious about I don't really cover Disney cartoons on the podcast. That's all Jen and stuff, with his Gravity Falls and
Yeah.
then Bob's Burger and whatnot. That's not me, okay? Even though sometimes I do watch Bob's Burger, I just have or Gravity Falls, I have no real inkling to talk about it and whatnot. And I sat down to watch this show, and I have to say, it's not terrible.
Well, the big thing that I got to ask you now is, what's your favorite burger of the week?
I forget which one. What's the one that comes with candy?
Oh God, the child molester.
That's the only one that I remember.
Oh my gosh, that was the one time that Louise got to pick what the burger was going to be.
Yeah, but we're not
Uh,
talking about Bob's Burger. We're talking about two kids in France opening a portal
is it
to.
in France?
Yeah, it's in France.
Okay. I was sitting there, I was like, this is in Maine somewhere. I never caught on it was France.
Opening a portal to possibly hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So we start out with basically Bobby on his phone, which is funny because I have a character that I've played like this for Werewolf the Reckoning thing or whatever, and it was funny. So it was really good seeing an actual cartoon character that did that, but playing basically like a TikToker or an Instagrammer
He's
that
he does social media, YouTube type of stuff.
yeah. So they're
He's
like
he's a, he's a wannabe influencer, so it's
we're
it's a
on
it's
we're on
relatable.
live right now.
Yeah.
So and he covers that, and he's talking about how stuff happens, and he throws out some kind of weird hullabaloo words to a fake altar
Stone.
shrine thingy that they have.
Yeah. It
Um,
was a stone. Which did you get this reference?
which one?
The what he says?
I
Like this.
don't know. I think I was stuck on that the thing kind of looked like Castle Grayskull without the side towers.
So it's a reference to Evil Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like Claptu Verata Nuka.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't know that. But so that's Bobby, and then from behind it, we have Romy come up, which really hard names. I'm going to tell you that right now, because almost every time I feel like one of them gets talked about, it's always Bobby, and I'm always thinking, yeah, that's exactly the name, and I'll be like, oh no, Romy's talking. It's not Bobby
Which
this time.
I was confused. Are they related or are they just friends?
They're friends.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Because
friends.
I couldn't figure that out.
No, they're friends because, well, for one, the skin color, but
Doesn't
yeah,
mean anything.
they're friends. I think she's local to there, and I think he's kind of local to there. And the thing that happened is that his mom ended up leaving. So we find that out later on in the episode after Rami basically knocks on this big I'm gonna call it Castle Grayskull, and she's like, "Oh, it's made out of wood,"
Yeah,
and you can hear
it
the
was
thump,
made in
thump,
like
thump.
Thailand or something.
Yeah,
And he's like, "Oh my god, why can't we find anything spooky and cool in this area?"
yeah,
And then we get the funny little bit of the what do you call it?
the
The
map.
tour the tour van,
Yeah, yeah,
which that made me laugh. They're like, "Okay, folks, come on, take a picture. Okay, we got to go." And the kids are kind of distraught at this point.
yeah.
I
And
like
then
the fact that they only have one bicycle. It
yeah, it makes it funny.
it cracked me up how like she doesn't want to get a bicycle. She just makes him bike everywhere.
Nah, we're good. Well,
We're
it's
good.
funny, and she'll do it too, though. Like
Yeah, yeah, she does. She does.
I,
I think the second episode, I think she does it right.
I think she does it at the end of this episode too.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Because sometimes when they swap it up real fast on me, I can't recall.
Yeah, because
Um,
sometimes when they switch over fast, it's hard to tell sometimes which one's which
yeah,
because of the art style.
yeah, yeah. They're not very dramatically different, I would
Yeah,
say. But then they go to like this big map that they have there, and it tells you like all these locations that are supposed to be spooky or haunted, and they end up going through like all. Do you want to go check out the swamps of Swallow or something again? Do you want to go check out blah blah blah? They're like, no, we did that. We did that Tuesday. No, we did it last weekend. No, we've done that before. Like, there's no spooky places there for them to go to, and they end up kind of like heading back to town.
and they lose control because the bus almost hits them,
Yeah, yeah,
and they go through the woods and they find a big spooky rock, which they get really excited seeing a big spooky rock.
yeah. Oh my
Really
god, this
excited.
has got to be something.
Which
Um,
I like how they kind of fuck with it.
yeah, like almost like a Gandalf. You shall not pass, poking it with a stick, and then the end of the stick snaps off, throwing a rock at it and coming back at him, like all this different stuff. That's just crazy. And then the like they say words to see if they can activate it or whatever. And I love this part where Bobby drops his phone and starts heading towards the water.
Yeah, and he grabs it.
he he gets it just in the nick of time, and it ends up turning on the last video that they just did at the fake Castle Grayskull stone, and it starts saying the words, and the stone activates.
Yeah, yeah, it activates and causing a giant hand to come out of the swamp area that they're in. I don't know if it's actually really a swamp, but it's like a lake or some kind. And
Yeah,
grabs Bobby's arm, pulling him in. Luckily enough, Rami saves the day by smushing this arm, causing all this green stuff to go everywhere. Uh, it's a
yeah,
pretty
like ectoplasm.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little scene. I actually like this scene. I thought it was kind of fun.
And
But
it
they're like,
gets the
okay,
phone wet.
yeah, they're like, okay, okay, everything's cool. Like the phone ends up breaking, I guess, maybe, sort of, kind of. But they end up coming back and they're like, oh my god, we found this cool thing. We gotta find out like what's going on with it. They go back to like a diner, I think it was, right?
Yeah, they go back to a diner, which the one thing that happened at this diner, it being a diner that I'm a little confused of, is one thing that a lot of people do now if they get their phone wet is they put it in rice. And we never see
Yeah.
that happen. So
Yeah, and we also forgot, just like they forget in this episode, that it's Bobby's birthday.
it is Bobby's birthday.
And people forget about his birthday.
But they come to the diner, and a lady walks up to them that you can tell is like the store owner, and she's covered in like this reddish purple stuff. Come to find out, it was like Senior Citizens Day, and they ordered like a beet soup. And when she was crushing it up, she got the juice all over her, so it kind of made it look like she had blood.
Yeah.
Um, and so we get a little pan over where there's like a bunch of these old fishing widows, and I think one of them's a guy maybe, and they're sitting there slurping beet soup.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting when we get to this part because one, like everybody forgot his birthday, and that's a big part of this episode is that everybody forgot his birthday. And
Yes,
he
yeah,
kind of like tries to play it off like, "Oh, I don't care," but he does care. He cares because he wants to get a phone call from his mother, and his
yeah,
mother has yet to call him
yeah. So
at
he
all.
was really worried about the phone getting wet because where else would you call him besides here? Which one thing that kind of throws me off is he goes, "Well, I think I'll just go home," which means that the house and the restaurant are not together. Which I was kind of thinking that they would be, but they're not. Uh,
Yeah, and I was kind of curious if he lived alone or not. I wasn't 100% sure, but they kind of answer that in like the next episode.
yeah, he lives with his aunt, right?
Who runs the store that they're in?
Yeah, the cafe.
Yeah.
Which they kind of do this like weird, like in France, like she makes a lot of different stuff. It seems like just with the food like we got in this episode, because like the title of it, we get crepes, and she makes this soup for the people, and there's also a few other things that other patrons like have or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, animated food, you know,
I mean, there's animated food in this episode.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, Bobby's trying to figure out his phone, and I love how the aunt pulls Rami in and says, "Oh, I need you to decorate. I'll start cooking or whatever." Which, again, as long as she cooked it, I didn't think it was just going to be crepes, but
I love it
um,
that she was like, "Hey, we need birthday decorations," but they have
yeah,
more
their funeral
funerals. They
decorations.
have more funerals than birthdays.
Yeah, this is all the stuff that I have.
Yeah, which is funny. They try to jerry rig this birthday party for him, and it doesn't 100% go so well because it looks like they're at a funeral.
It does.
They even have the
It
little
does
picture of him.
straight up.
They have the little
In the
picture of him.
reef. In the
Yeah,
reef. Yeah,
yeah,
which
and they're
was
like,
hilarious.
"Oh, we got you this lucky rabbit's foot. I also got you a lucky rabbit tail. I got you the whole rabbit, basically."
The rest of the rabbit
Yeah, the
without the
rest of
foot
the
and the
rabbit.
tail.
Sorry, and I think he gets like a blank check as well,
Yeah.
which because apparently all kids want a blank check.
I guess. Do you think that's a reference to the Blank Check movie?
That's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense with Disney, but I don't know how old this is supposed to actually be.
Yeah, I don't know because they have like new smartphones in this,
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
but
Just
I don't know.
yeah, but I mean, I think this is right up the alley of like Stranger Things and some other things too, because it is strange stuff that's happening to kids on bikes in a small town that nobody knows anything about, really,
Yeah,
because this is just a small fishing village. Um, but yeah, and then we have earlier when they were riding back to town, Rami looked over and there was the lighthouse keeper hanging things in the woods that looked like wards, kind of, sorta.
yeah, it was
And
kind of like
he,
a blink and you miss it like type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, and he ended up walking in and dropping some papers that had pictures of that shrine and everything that was in the lake. Um, so Rami basically tells Bobby, "Hey, the lighthouse keeper guy is who we need to go check stuff out on. He knows something or whatever is the cause of it. We got to figure out what we're gonna do." And she's like, "You know what we'll do? We'll go over to the arcade machine
Oh, the
or the pinball
pinball machine.
machine, and we'll kind of eavesdrop on what he's doing."
We're gonna was they called like spy
Yeah,
ball? I think it was.
yeah. I think that's what they called it. Um, but just as they're about to head over there, Rami gets called back to, I think, do the decoration part
Yeah, I
of
think
his
so.
birthday. And so he's over there and he's trying to spy on him. He is getting a little intel, but then we have this green mist that comes out through the air vents and up into like the old singing bass fish
Oh, and it
that's at the
possesses
top
it.
of this pinball machine.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
possesses the pinball machine. It kind of freaks out Bobby.
Yeah. So he ends up kind of leaving him alone. Rami, because the lighthouse guy ended up like leaving, Bobby lets Rami know that that's what happened. And instead of like this whole episode that she's been doing, like helping the aunt and stuff and setting up for his birthday,
She takes
she ends up
off.
running off after him
Yeah.
after his aunt brings the birthday crepes out with a couple candles in it.
Yeah. Which this is a pretty cute moment, of celebrating his birthday
Well, and
in
then the
whatever way
green
they do in France.
smog, yeah, and then the green smog basically gets around it, and it turns the face of these crepes into kind of like a horror face.
I thought this part was really funny
Oh
when
my
the
god,
crepes
wasn't it?
start talking to him, and he's like, "Oh my god, don't you want some crepes?" And like he like squirts a lemon in its face,
Yeah,
and he's like, "Ah, my eyes." Oh wait,
uh, yeah. See, and I totally thought he was going to eat part of these and
yeah,
not worry about it. But then I'm like, he's not a character that would do that.
but then
But
he
yeah,
ends up leaving.
the lemon part was hilarious. I was like, why would you squeeze a lemon?
Yeah, he
Maybe
ends
it's the
up
only thing that was on the table.
leaving the store at this point.
Yeah,
And the thing that's possessing the crepes turns into smoke and starts becoming this giant smoke monster.
yeah. It looks like a giant Michelin man of
Kind of,
smoke.
yeah, a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah,
And I love it, the fact, like, Bobby obviously freaks out, and the smoke monster's like, "Why do you gotta keep running away? Like, can't you just stay here so I can kill you, basically?"
yeah,
Uh, and he ends up making it to the beach, I think it was, because Rami is trying to like spy on the lighthouse guy,
yeah,
and Rami is very much like infatuated with this, trying to figure things out because she thinks that like it's all connected, which it is technically connected. Later on, that you find out, and I love this scene where the smoke monster is behind them, and Bobby is like, "You gotta look at this. You gotta look at this. There's something behind us." And he like just takes her and turns her,
yeah.
and she's like, "Oh my god, there's a smoke monster. Monsters are real." I'm so excited, but yet terrified at the same time.
Yeah.
And this is probably my favorite part. This probably like solidified this episode for me in the
Yeah,
humor. They take a rowboat out to the water and they hide from the smoke monster in the fog, or the fog, yeah, and there's like the smoke or whatever.
yeah,
Which I guess it's a smart thing to do. I don't really know, but it seems to sort of work out for them for a little bit, you
yeah.
know.
Which I was like, are you hiding in the smoke monster's fog, or are you hiding in
No, I
the
think they were
actual
just
fog?
hiding. I think they were hiding in the fog,
Yeah,
not the smoke monster. But the smoke monster kind of gets mixed into there for a little bit.
yeah,
I think it was. And they end up taking the biggest jump, or the smoke monster propels them through the air by smashing their little boat onto another boat. And they get the smart idea, which when I watched this part, I was like, wait a minute. Do foghorns actually work like that? Or is this just something for the TV show?
I think it's just something for the TV show. Because I think a foghorn is actually just to let people know your location in the fog.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know now, okay? I was a little
Did you
ignorant
look it
at
up?
the I did look it up, okay? I was like, do foghorns actually disperse fog?
If you hit all the buttons just right, do they do like a large blast to push the fog out and away from you?
No, they don't do that. They don't do that. But they get the idea because of the tourist bus, which is funny.
Yeah,
Like it kind of comes around full circle, and with this giant smoke monster is still there, And we get this weird thing that happens where a random woman who may or may not be the Terminator, I don't know, because she gives very like Terminator vibes. I feel like
She does.
she shows up, she beats up this thing, and like leaves.
Yeah, which I'm really wondering. I'm sure she's like CS or CSI or something like that, you know, or we'll get some kind of weird thing organization that she's a part of that will be, it'll spill out Spectre or Ghost or some kind of weird shit like that.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, and then just knowing how to handle it is just kind of weird.
yeah. She grabs the rock that comes from the giant creepy rock and like crushes it and like makes the monster disappear. But I also really liked how they thought she was super cool.
Yeah,
But I also feel like because I like that whole scene where they're like, "Oh my god, she's so amazing! It's so amazing! I love it." I feel like it kind of takes away from our two main characters not being able to take down this monster just a little
yeah,
bit. Like I
yeah.
feel like
Which,
they take the thunder out away from him, pull the rug out from under him a little bit.
yeah,
I get what they're trying to do, having another person here, like who actually knows how to like fight monsters and stuff, like kind of like the mysterious like third wheel, I guess you could say, of the
the
trio or something. I
grifter.
don't know.
Yeah.
But that part I didn't really care for that much.
Well, it's really weird, like in the opening too, comparing that to like, let's say, like a Gravity Falls or something like that. That as you're going through that, we do get to see the lighthouse keeper guy,
Yeah,
and I would say it almost seems like he is like an Uncle Stan kind of character, which is kind of how I thought. Oh, it would be two kids and then him, and this other lady coming into it really throws off. I want to say the feng shui of it because
hmm
I will definitely agree with you. Like she is very Terminator Men in Black esque,
yeah,
and so
because she like
for
shows no emotion whatsoever.
yeah, for there to be like anybody else that makes relevance to this, I don't think it's going to make it any better. I think honestly this character kind of like waters a lot of it down from taking away from the other two characters.
Yeah, but I mean, we're only still in episode one, so I
Yeah.
know she plays a bigger part in episode two because I did watch episode two.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it, but I watched it. And then we get like the whole thing, like towards the end, like they think everything is normal and hunky dory, but like his arm starts to glow again, which is a big thing. Like he kind of got, I don't know if it's possessed or like marked by a curse of some kind. His
He's
arm
got the
glows like a glow stick.
he's got the mark of the beast.
He glows like a glow stick when something's around, kind of like Gandalf's sword or Frodo's sword.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but like as a whole, like what did you think of this episode?
Um I enjoyed it. I think it will be a good show to continue to watch, but I think that there is some other things that will be a little weird with this, i.e., the Terminator chick.
Yeah,
Um, like I said, she just seems out of place in the whole thing. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what she'll add to it exactly. I mean, for one thing, I could see her coming into it like later on because there are some agent people like that in like Gravity Falls and some other stuff like that that do take apart when different stuff does start going awry when it gets noticed more. They
yeah,
show up, but this is like episode one that this character shows up, so I don't exactly know where we will go from here. But the amount that this character talks and just what she does and then just disappears is kind of weird.
yeah. It was very like the silent protagonist type of thing almost.
Yeah,
I would say I don't want to say like a self-insert character, but like they don't they're silent like hero basically. But yeah, I surprisingly like this first episode
Yeah,
as somebody who doesn't watch a lot of Disney stuff. Like I've said before, like I've never made it through the entire season of Gravity Falls.
yeah.
Even though some people want me to watch it really, really bad on this podcast.
I don't know who you're talking about.
But I will have to say it does give me Gravity Falls vibes, even maybe a little Steven Universe vibes a little bit. But I like the dark tone it sets.
Yeah,
It having the creepy, like almost occult kind of Scooby Doo vibes a little bit, but it balances like the creepiness with like really well told jokes and humor. And I
yeah,
think that's what I really liked about it is it didn't like pander and it wasn't like too stupid. You know, like sometimes Disney stuff can like sort of pander to its audience a little bit.
yeah,
Like I like it that there's this mystery that we're going along with, and we're going along with these characters to solve this mystery. Basically,
yeah,
I think that was pretty fun. Like it seems, I don't know how true this is or not. What like maybe Disney was hands off with this and is trying new things. I don't know. You know,
yeah. Especially if it's French. I wonder if it was like the French branch of Disney that worked on
yes.
this.
See, I don't know, but like it does give me very much Stranger Things, Gravity Falls vibes. You know,
Yeah, well, and like the other things that I've seen on Disney, like Amphibia, um, Gravity Falls. I'm trying to think, is there? I want to say
was
there's another one.
was Star versus Evil? Was that one of them?
Star versus Force of Evil.
Yeah.
Maybe. See, the other thing I'm going to get confused with is Nickelodeon. I know they're different, but most of those seem like they're all the same show almost.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, Star vs. Force of Evil. What else is there in that? Owl House. I
yeah.
think a few other ones, but like, yeah, just the way that it's gonna go, I'm not 100% sure.
That's crazy
Um,
though that they gave it 22 episodes for a first season.
yeah, yeah.
Like that's a
Uh,
lot of episodes.
I think it will be really fun. Again, like I said, I only have one gripe of it so far, and that's I wish they had given us a little more. Like, I like the fact that to get rid of the kind of pseudo like ghost, we had like a chip off this thing, so that leads me to believe that maybe everything will probably involve like a chip off of that thing,
Yeah.
like a chip of whatever the stuff is. Um, that maybe that will be like how most of the stuff goes for this.
It's kind of like how the like a monster of the week type of thing.
Yeah, and it'll all be based off of like to defeat it, you'll have to break the thing or the rock that it came from or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but like I wish we had like just a little bit more of this other character. Because I know what they were probably trying to shoot for was like the shock and awe of going, now we want to know who this is. To me, it was like the opposite. I'd like to have seen like them pulling out like an object maybe that made us question like, oh well, that must be how they got super strong, or something else like that, of like how do they know how to combat part of this stuff,
Yeah.
or even just a list maybe or something like
Yeah, they
that.
just show up and like bam, let's do this.
Yeah,
Like
maybe a compass or some kind of weird object that can sense where these things are at, since they showed up just out of nowhere. But we're left with kind of just nothing from that character, so
yeah.
that's really my only problem with the show right now. It's not really that big of a gripe. I mean, other shows have started weird and then had to go back and watch it from the beginning because you got some kind of information that made the show better, and they're like, let me watch it with this new perspective, and it made it 10 times better. So I mean, that's all I would say about this at the current moment. I would probably go 4.5 right now.
I'll give it a solid 4 out of 5, to be honest, for the first episode. I really also liked the voice acting.
Oh yeah,
I
voice
thought the
acting was
voice
great.
I thought the voice acting was very strong.
Yeah, voice
Like,
acting was strong. I think most of the jokes were on point.
I will say
Um,
it's a little odd that it was put in France.
yeah,
I don't know a lot about France or their culture, so it's gonna be interesting because I wonder if these are like French like folk tales or stuff like that that they're pulling from,
maybe,
or like
maybe
ghosts and stuff.
could be maybe. Um, because I know Gravity Falls was kind of all over the place. We got a lot of random different stuff.
Yeah.
The one that I feel like this is actually closer to though, would probably be Hilda
Okay.
for Netflix because Hilda actually just focuses on like more like Gaelic or Norwegian, Swedish folklore, compared to this one where we are getting, as far as we know, French folklore.
Yeah, yeah. So I was kind of curious, like, what the inspiration was for this like show.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't seem something that Disney would normally produce.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, and I will say the one thing that I do love is that this place is a tourist trap, but there's not a lot of tourists that come there. It
yeah,
seems like they come there to see the stuff, but who's going to believe any of this other stuff that's there? It's kind of like their mystery shack for Gravity Falls. You see something weird. If you see something weird in the woods, it's not so much weird anymore because you're like, yeah, I probably saw something like that at the mystery shack.
but
Um,
like I was saying, sorry to interrupt you.
oh, you're fine.
Like I kind of liked it because it felt like it was also a show kind of for everybody, like all age ranges almost.
Yeah, yeah,
Like it seemed like the jokes weren't dumbed down and stuff, and they were just funny.
yeah,
Is what I That's kind of what I liked about it. Like it wasn't dumbed down, and there was like these funny little like in jokes or references. A lot of Evil Dead references in this episode,
yeah, yeah.
like a lot.
E- Sell this as Evil Dead for kids.
Well, I mean, the lighthouse guy had the Necronomicon
Yeah, he did.
as
Yeah,
his
he did.
book,
I
so
was going to bring that up, and we were past it, and I was like, "Oh, I won't worry about it. Somebody will
I,
bring that up to
I
us."
was like, "Is that the Necronomicon?"
Yeah, he was reading it. Yeah, it's
That's
funny.
he's reading the Book of the Dead. Put that away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The other thing that I had to point out, like, I really love the aspect of a lot of things that could happen in this, too, because while it is kind of like more like Highland area, that they are on a fishing village, like right by
yeah, like
like the
water.
water and stuff. But like the village mostly is almost built on like a hill that's right built off of the island,
Yeah,
or right off of the shore. So it is kind of like it's got its own little island, but at the same time, it's not. Um, I love that, and it kind of gives me like Steven Universe vibes being that close to like the water.
yeah,
So that's something I always enjoy because you can have that almost unforeseen aspect to it. Then it's just something in the woods. There could be anything from the water. I really kind of wonder if we'll get any like Cthulhu or Lovecraftian creature like reference to anything else in this as
yeah.
well, like
It'll be
later on.
interesting moving forward, seeing what like happens.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
So yeah,
but yeah. Anyway, let us know stuff about this. If you've watched it, how do you feel like it is? What shows do you feel like stack up to it? Other stuff like that. Anyway, you can find me over at Manga Restart on Instagram. You can find me at Bart's Tavern on Instagram. Both of those should be on YouTube at some point. Um, you can also find me everywhere that Otakuology is, because we are virtually everywhere. You can find Otaku Mike at the Otaku Mike on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere that Otaku Mics can be. Um, hey, what's this gravestone over here say? Otaku Mike? Not that
what?
one. Not that one. He may even be in the small fishing village later on in one of the episodes. Who
You never
knows?
know. You never
You
know.
never know. But anyway, we will catch you guys later. And what do I usually say, Mike?
See you next Tuesday.